Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that with no else. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me wild. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself, yeah.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts. Five-yard line. Now a first down throw. Luck. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for second down.
Hey, echo.
Throwing on second and long. Luck. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Back to throw. Luck. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. Here's Luck. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
I'm going to come back to you.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of 2 there. Second down. On second and 12. Watson moving backwards on first down. Never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Watson on first down. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 29 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start first and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads. Man, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the...
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Texans will extend their lead. He's showing the different ways he can hit you in this first quarter. 1 rushing, 1 receiving touchdown.
He's showing us he's not just a stereotype, isn't he? Not just a guy who carries the ball in the backfield, can get out into space, make plays with his hands downfield. That's a pretty good combination right there.
Defensively, you'd prefer to be going against the stereotype, wouldn't you?
At least you know where he is, right? That gives you a chance to get more people to him and get him on the ground.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey.
And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Reed. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this goal? And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And now out comes Houston. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it.
And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 40, the 20. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over him.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now Luck. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield.
Thrown to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
That's the run. Come on.
To the air again. Luck. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And Old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They snap it to Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. DJ Reader. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Watson, he's going to air one out. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Back to the air. Luck on 2nd down. Caught left side by Hilton. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. On 1st and 10, Luck. He's got Jack Doyle. And he's taken down inside the 30.
And there's another complete. To the tight end, and let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up in the top shelf.
Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Chester Rogers, 28 yards. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
From Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. Don't really need down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Better killing it.
I do my dance, jump in the stands, no man, man, oh there with the hands, thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans, I do what I want, they do what they can, got it on smash, foot on the gas, I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands, no man, man, oh there with the hands, thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans, I do what I want, they do what they can, got it on smash, foot on the gas, I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Or stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I am a king of the pawn.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
Luck on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Dunn able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise,
and the pressure gets to him again. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
Now, I know we're only 2 plays in, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, something has to change with the protection, and they can't wait to halftime to make an adjustment.
Wow. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Brandon Dunn picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Here's Locke, and that is the under pressure again, and down he goes again. Brandon Dunn, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
They'll have a tendency to do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Now it's Watson. He'll buy some time right. He may try fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Love. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Now Love. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack on first down, Luck, and that's going to be incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. J.J. Watt able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Luck. Middle of the field to the tight end, Doyle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. Luck's throw finding T.Y. Hilton complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Love. Over the middle, complete. That's Doyle. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. Now it's Locke. This goes out right to Doyle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Throwing again on 2nd down. Luck. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, 30 yards. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 40. Watson with a give to Miller. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Let's go. Check 3. Hey, 59. Whip. 54.
They go play action here on first down. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. The sack by Marcus Hunt.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Watson into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Watson hands this to Foreman. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. Now a play fake here on first down. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The linebacker Darius Leonard applied the heat.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was...
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
A first down carry now for Miller. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down and 4, Watson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. On the right side, this is Miller. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Here's Foreman. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down. Now a hit and Locke lost the football. It's out, and the Texans scoop it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter games turn into bigger runs later.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Right here. 2 times. 3
On first down, it's Miller. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They'll try the air now with Watson. He's going to look deep end zone for Hopkins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The free safety, Malik Hooker, there in coverage. The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. To throw is Watson, and he'll find QT on the right side complete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back, Martin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Jabal Sheard wreaking the defensive havoc.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep and curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, we're going to sell the go. Just go, and let's see who's faster.
That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. From the 45 on 2nd down, Watson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now Watson, and that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
From the 50, it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Colts pick it up. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they argue.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DJ Reader picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Flush to his right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
3rd and long, it's Locke. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Doyle. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling.
And this is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Now Luck. That ball is caught. It's Doyle. Touchdown Colts. Jack Doyle there to make the grab. And the Colts have taken the lead. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Watson setting up the screen for Miller. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
From the 39, Watson.
What's the old expression? 3 yards in a cloud of dust. In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Quincy Wilson with the IS.
Sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
After the interception, it's Long. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
12 yards there and a 1st down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
How about that scramble by Andrew Luck? Sometimes we forget just how big, strong, and yes, fast Andrew Luck is. When he came out of college at the Combine, shocked everyone, ran a sub-4 840.
And he grew up a big soccer guy over in Europe, so he knows how to use his feet.
That he does, and I think it has helped his legs along the way as well.
The end result, 21 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. J.J. Watt, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Another try after the 1st down sack. Luck, and he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it. Call
it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Looking deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Texans send the punter out. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Luck and the Colts come up now, 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 79 yards. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Nice attack! Screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Jabal Sheard able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Kiki QT, 76 yards. And the Texans draw a bit closer. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at the 34.
Let's get there.
Hey, I-7.
Out of the gun, Luck. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Luck. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a 1st down due to the previous penalty.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Middle of the field to the tight end, Doyle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. J.J. Watt, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. To try again after the sack. Luck. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
You 11-3. Go. 41 Mike.
Luck. Being chased out left. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. A throw he probably shouldn't have made, rolling left and then throwing back across the field.
And when you do that and you're rolling towards the sideline, you've cut down your field in a big way significantly. And the guys who play in the 2nd and the 3rd level, those linebackers and DBs, they know that. And they know they don't have nearly as much space to cover. And they're hoping you try and throw it back towards the middle.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now Watson. Got an open man. It's QT. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Houston. QT. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He's got a 1st down and more past the 30. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get up.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. J.J. Watt in there to get him again. That is sack number 6. One off the NFL record of 7. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in! Are you kidding me?
How do you give that up?
One of the most improbable ways to finish a game, and they do win it on the final play. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great...
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot. You'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rocking over pearls and the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter rock. Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, the pastor, you're a
pen. Subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, with the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north. Panthers. Gano out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Ready? Flag! What do you got? 54! I don't think you got it, sir!
First carry for Peyton Barber. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. That one good for 14 yards.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Back to the running game with Barber. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Now Winston to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Winston to throw for it on 4th. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs.
Ready? Ready? Check 45. Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Check 3, check 3.
8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Newton on 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
He's got a first down past the 30, and he's going to get this all the way up to the 30-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the block.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Justin Watson, 34 yards. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
He's thrown one interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah.
Taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and maybe tamp it down a little bit.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally. And
he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Here's Winston. Escape, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting...
And he's going to go down again. Off the edge, Mario Addison gets the sack.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Evans has it left side. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for fourth down. Fourth down, Winston. He's going to fire one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. O.J. Howard, 47 yards. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Bo Allen. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th. Newton. He's going to air it out deep for Hogan. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
Let's go one more. Kill. White.
Jameis now on 1st down. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but don't let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
Let's get it together, defense.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. His first half of football.
Here we go.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando on this first half of action. Newton, meanwhile, here connecting with McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. To the air again, Newton.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
We got 3.
2nd and 10, Newton again. Big loss here as he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. To throw on second down is Newton. And the tight end Olsen, right side. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And his guys have got it back at the closing stage. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man. Complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch 54. Try to do better. Come on, QB, come on. He's coming. We got double up. Green, triple C. 5 on the 50. Let's go.
Final play of the half here. Winston. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Bucks with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 18. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 32 on the play.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Mario Addison picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The throw over the middle taken in. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. To throw is Winston. And he comes back with one complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here's Winston. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Touchdown, Carolina! Christian McCaffrey, 76 yards. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready, black 22.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Here we go, here we go.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. K1 Short able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 75 yards.
First down and goal to go.
They come out here in the eye. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Winston sneaking it, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Jameis Winston taking it in, and the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. A 1-yard run on 1st down, another yard that gets him into the end zone on 2nd down. Maybe not much for the yards per carry average, but hey, 6 points.
Yeah, bottom line is it doesn't matter there. You've got to find a way to wedge it into the end zone. Yards per carry, that's out the window. How do you score? And on the 2nd down, they had something going. They got a yard before. They thought they could do it again, and they got it done.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, Newton. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Ready? 180?
Mike, 45. I got one. Why?
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. Throwing on 2nd down. Newton. That's Samuel. Caught left side. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Newton now 6 of 17 throwing the ball, only 35%, but he does have a 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
I got you, son. I got you.
Now it's Newton. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 63 yards. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Winston and the Bucs take over now 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. K1 short, getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. Third and long for Winston. And that's complete. It's Watson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 33 yards that time. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Looking to throw again on second down. Winston, the safety Ross Cockrell there to knock that one away.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. K1 short. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Winston to throw for it on 4th. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. K1 short. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed. It's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. To throw again, Newton. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 26 yards. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Gano the extra point, and that will get them one closer. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Good work after the catch. Going to net them 23 and a first. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left hand. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Here's Winston. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. One receiver to the left is Evans. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Winston here to throw. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. O.J. Howard, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. On first down, Newton. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 34. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. That'll be taken in the end zone. Able to slither by.
Curtis Samuel on the return. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Ready? 180.
Mike, 45. Check.
Ready?
Coming off the pick 6, it's Newton. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh fighting the pass to the QB there. Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Panthers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and a mile. Newton. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Levante David. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room. Back
of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
He was covered by Trey Boston.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They're looking to throw this. Winston letting one go deep. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Curtis Samuel on the return. The Panthers take over
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I ain't a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the world is my home and there's so many milkers burning my dome like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it snow. I'm sturdy as hell as a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs ain't hippies. Women like Nicky know what I'm about. I'm not the stereotypes. They do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Gave everyone dogs. I'm not a guard. Go hard with a squad. I'm playing my part, but them LeBron. Rings to the team. I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to the well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, leave the bill for me like. Hand on my heart, I give it all I got. Walk the walk inside the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Hand on my heart, no, I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS, I never lost. GPS, I never lost. Who do it better than me? Yeah. Vision on 2020. Yeah. VVS, Clippity. Yeah. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they door, they taking notice. Taking notice, taking notice. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they door, they taking notice.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are inside of the very spacious Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Houston Texans. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Check, 11B.
On 1st and 10, Locke. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go, Mexico.
Out of the gun, Locke. Over the middle, Rodgers has it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw again on 2nd down. Locke, complete to Hilton. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing the 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. J.J. Watt, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now it's Love. Left side, Doyle with it. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively, that usually means you weaken your defense. That means that now the offense is doing the dictating, and they should have other things open up as well.
Throw left side complete. That's Doyle. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
3rd and 2, Watson. He may try and run for this. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They are going for it. Here's Watson. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Check 24. Check 24. Hey, Orbit.
On 1st down, it's Love. Looking for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Chester Rogers, 28 yards. And the Colts add on to their lead. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now out comes Houston. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. They'll try the right side here with Miller. Ooh, the juke. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They're starting to put some space here. The first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. DJ Reader able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
He was looking for Chester Rogers that time. 3rd down here. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Middle of the field to the tight end, Doyle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. Luck on 1st down. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DJ Reader picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack on 1st down, Luck. Now a hit, and Luck lost the football. It's out, and the Texans scoop it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker. On 2nd and 9. Watson flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Here's Luck. And the catch made by Hilton. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for them. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally kept...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10. After the interception, it's Luck. And an alley to run. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Luck. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good... Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Brandon Dunn breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Another try after the 1st down sack. Luck looking deep for Hilton. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Give me that ball, defense.
From the gun, here's Luck. Over the middle, complete. It's Doyle. And it's a fumble. And the Texans say they have it. They do. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Game situation. Let's go.
The final shot before the break. Watson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone, as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. He sets to fire deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
I'll tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Here's Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On 2nd down now, it's Miller, and they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. Now it's Watson, a bootleg.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Watson. He's going to let this one go deep. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They're going for it. It's Watson, escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Here we go. Crawl.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. DJ Reader able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Luck. Ebron's got it. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. They snap it to Luck. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall.
What is that? You ain't team. Mike 50, huh? You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. 15 yards on the play, first down. That toss play right, we know it's one of the successful plays they have in their arsenal, and they showed you why there.
And remember, in order for it to be successful, because it's a little bit of a slower developing play, those blocks at the line of scrimmage have to be kept, have to be held, so that the runner can get to the corner and turn it upfield.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Throwing on third down, Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 25 yards to pick up there and also a first down.
Every team in the league always wants explosive plays, breakout plays, and even more so when it's your horse who's had a tough time during the game.
Yeah, not that great in the first half. Maybe he can recalibrate here in the third and then carry that over to the fourth.
I like that. Recalibrate. Strong.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Now it's Watson. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Watson. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT. 29 yards. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Luck and the Colts come up now first and 10 at their own 26. A shotgun snap for Luck. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. J.J. Watt picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Back now in Indianapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Out of the gun, Luck. And that's incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
12.
Colts going on fourth. It's Luck. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Is a turnover on downs.
19.
They'll run with Foreman. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebacker.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive, in that position, ball security paramount, they turn the ball over. Terrible.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd and 1, Luck. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in, even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to the... Oh, and Mack has the ball stripped, and the Texans scoop it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. And they're not able to convert on 4th down.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He's brought down there by Kenny Moore. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Double dog, that's the way.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an... Oh, no, he lost the football. Well, call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Greystone, Travis. 25, check 25.
Here's Luck. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple.
And got his man complete. 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 81 yards, and the Colts have taken the lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And an alley to run. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
In my humble estimation, terrific work there defensively. Running back's trying to get wide, get to the sideline, and they beat him to the spot, forced him out of bounds, pretty close to the line of scrimmage.
Again, it's Miller. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, 58 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Critical extra point up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Check out. 90.
Now it's Luck. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. J.J. Watt. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is going to be intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
A run by Foreman to start the drive. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 37 yards. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what?
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, the 40, past the 20, 10, and in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead. And my, how the tables have turned after that play. And you know what? You think back to 1978. Little history lesson here. Take us through it, Charles. You remember that.
I remember it well. Trying to run out the clock. The Giants, Joe Pisarcik trying to hand off to Larry Zonka. The ball goes on the ground, and Herm Edwards picks it up. What do we call that?
Look it up, kids. The miracle at the Meadowlands.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. He'll look to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 3-yard line.
Check out! Line 40!
You're not ready. You're not ready.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Luck gonna throw it. Going for the deep ball. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. One last throw here for Watson. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, don't make pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like I'm keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, while I point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
You got tight.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
From the 44, Jackson looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Ingram. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On second down, Ingram. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. So first possession, 4th and short. Field goal's no gimme from here. What do you think about going for it?
I'm not just thinking about it. I'm signaling go for it. Let's get this, all right? Yeah, look, you're right. You know, the field goal's there, but it's not a chip shot. My big thing is opening drive. You're trying to establish momentum. Let's not stall it ourselves. Let's go get this first down and then continue on downfield and try and get a touchdown.
Like your confidence.
Yeah, why not? Let's go.
4th down, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And that is going to be incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10, right at the 30. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On second down, Bernard. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to...
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Ingram. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll go down at the 28.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. Critical to the passing attack is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
First down, Ravens.
Ready, 52, Mike 52. I smell fear in that offense.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That's caught left side by the tight end Boyle. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands. But the stats that matter on this play don't help the team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty, and the Bengals will get the football back. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, start off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit. I'll put some points on the board on this one.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. Dalton, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Passing, it's Dalton. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Pull it high. Here you go, Cam.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Dalton. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Hey, box drop.
1st and 10 from Dalton. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some real...
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a 1st down. Throwing, Dalton. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score, Ravens 7, Bengals 0.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Tighten up.
They'll run on 1st down. Bernard. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus defense.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We've got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. The Ravens on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Carlos Dunlap with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. On is the punter Cook, who sends it away. Here comes Erickson. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati side of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Dalton here from the gun. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Dalton now to pass. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it here with Bernard. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. A Bengal 1st down on the 16-yard pickup there. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and have the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and took your shot at the end zone.
Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many...
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Bullet good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Andrew Billings forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going deep for Brown. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up first and 10. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? That's complete. Bernard.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Move! Regular.
To throw again on second down. Dalton out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Good push up front, and then a run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Back now in Cincinnati. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. Now Bernard. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Bullet's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Jackson forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll run again with Bernard. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
44. 44. There you go. Regular.
3rd down from the gun. Dalton. And Eifert has it. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really...
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at the 20.
Check line. Here you go, 368.
41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike.
Hey, Charlie.
Andy Dalton. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Dalton. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into 1st down and then some. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. They do tack on the extra point as well, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready? Right. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
Jackson to throw. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
On first down, Bernard. And he's got Rome. Giovanni Bernard, nothing but green grass. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Giovanni Bernard, 35 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead now up to 14. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And all the way down to the 29. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Again, Jackson. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go!
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Dalton gives to Bernard. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Big spot. Andy Dalton. Stepping up. He's good. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
A little track jump, and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big...
Time to bring the base bird. Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why I do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands, can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Hey, I know we the ones that ain't them. Pull both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates, how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver. But I'm still a hot boy, cool it down, let it simmer. Hey, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she let her call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, yeah, I'm saucing. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the that's a bosses. Took over the game, now we all in. I was down in the chips, then went all in. Throwing up the game, ain't no vomit. Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready? Check 25.
Mark 54.
Watch the run. Check 50, check.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now on 2nd and 13, Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Throwing again, Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A nice gain of 21 yards. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And down to the 36-yard line here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 36, Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. 9 yards on the touchdown run. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
Partner, I think we can all agree that that was a pretty darn good opening drive right there. And the key to it all, going for it on 4th down earlier in the drive. Set a tone for it. And the best part, it made it pay off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
A 2nd down throw for Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. All right, here we go. Wait.
Winston. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, they do snap it to Winston. And that's complete. It's Watson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw, Winston. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. From the red zone now, Winston. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Well, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And Gay knocks this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan, pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Now a pass hauled in downfield and way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check, 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 check.
Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him early, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they contained him very well. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. They'll run here with Freeman. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there. This is caught. It's Sanu this time for a Falcon touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab, and the Falcons will extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gain?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard's going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
First down, Winston. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Justin Watson, 37 yards. And the Bucs have made this a one-score game.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Ready? Black 22. 59. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Let's go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the gun, Winston. pressure gets to him again. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make him punt it. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 38. Gay's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Back to you.
They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
12 more yards there and another first down. Jameis to throw it. And that's complete. It's Allington.
He wants it ready. He wants it ready.
Out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Winston now. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. O.J. Howard, 38 yards. And the Bucs have taken the lead. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was the prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Ryan. Sanu with a grab over the middle. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage. Sets
him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply, if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. That one good for 26 and a first down.
A gain of 26 yards.
Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Again, Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Now it's Ryan. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Following the interception, Winston. He hits his target, left side, Watson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Ready, flag 22. Push him back. Push him back. Let's go.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Watson. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter, because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. A first down throw for Winston. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at the 34. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs, needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far. Big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game. Exactly the formula they need. I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you...
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 66 yards. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Now, after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready. 125. Just 59. Flip. Green, come and see.
Jameis now on first down. He'll rifle. He's got a man. Complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big pickup of 38. On first and 10, Winston. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. To throw is Winston. He's got Evans. And he's taken down inside the 30. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Working out of the gun, Winston. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Winston. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. They come out here in the eye. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Look at this, a tight end carry. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Winston keeps it himself. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Gay knocks this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet. Okay, being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready. 5:25. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field. 5:25 tonight.
to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. He's back to throw. Now a desperate. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big pickup of 38. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other's.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the two-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Ready, blue 80, blue 80, 51, down. Hey, check back 45, check.
After the interception, here's Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Ready, 280, 20, 20.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The intended target was Calvin Ridley. But now it's third down.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third and 10. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And got his man complete. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Now the big play pushes them all the way out to the 40 now for first down. One last shot for Ryan. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Till next time, we say so long from Atlanta.
Back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm ready to 10, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up, I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back.